Come on, everybody, let's get the fuck.
We're not allowed. The man of another black person, whether it be by white people or black people. I am not alright. Goddamn wrong. Make some exceptional noise out there. Right here, Black Power. One more time for everybody that has died at the hands of law enforcement or died unjustly and hasn't gotten justice yet. For all the families that's out here and for somebody that knows it could be you next. Black Power? Black Power! Black Power! Some exceptional noise out here. Here we are, this motherfucker. NFAC.
Hey, yeah, represent that.
I let my tape pop, and if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. And you don't stop.
You don't stop.
Never eat your cake, cause the fake is like pop. I got some rap patrol on the cat patrol. Ladies love me long time like Tupac song. Like roll, like dough, nitro, nitro. And if you don't know, now you know. You know I got soul.
Up to the house in my 6'4".
Oh, snap. Guess what I saw? Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window.
Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre, it's at the zone. I jumped up the block and said, what's up?
Designated driver, take the keys to my truck.
Morning, I'm a cook, get nice, get the gun up.
Come on, everybody, let's get the fuck up.
Man, what y'all wanna do? Baller,
B-boy,
I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her.
holla, holla.
I was like, good gracious, ass is bodacious. And I approached baby like,
Last name ever, first name greatest. I've been spending hundreds since they had small faces.
see those by the layers, true fucking players. Breaks in the space means peace, see you later.
Boogie fresh and yes, toe on my feet.
My life's like a soundtrack, I wrote to the beat when the streets keep calling.
Heard it when I was sweet. T-O-M-P-T-O in my city, humming in the streets.
This is my part, nobody else speaks.
Stop this shit. Okay.
First and behind the bitch, I was a stubborn, the sun, showstopper, flow proper, head knocker, beat scholar.
God, I want a baller in the back of my Impala.
Can't remember what I called you.
Who am I?
I'm the boss. Still represents what's your house.
Who shot these balls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all.
Hey, you know how we ball. Right in the shiny car. From the regard for the law, we got them like fucking law.
Smoking ice, pouring up, keeping real in my cup.
You leave your drink around me, but leave your drink gon' get fucked up. You the fucking star, boy. Why you still up in the hood? We back. Back on the scene, crispy and clean. It was all a dream.
It wasn't even close to Halloween.
With the MC strain, tell it about the name.
When someone on that ass, but it's still the same.
Eating black apples alive, shitting out chains. West side, when we rock, come be quick, we gang.
Look, homie, I done came up and I ain't changed.
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't mean to hold you up, but I got something to say. Come on.
You need the mic so I can take it away.
Player here, let's get away. On my leg, we'll spray.
Cause this type of shit that happens every day.
Because I just can't quit. Mayonnaise, ton of bread, I push lyrical bricks. I gather round. I'm the little fool in town.
I'm the young Harlem nigga with the golden sound.
Get down, down.
Need to get down.
You damn girl, don't worry about it.
I get money.
Rock the beat that'll make your body rock.
You got one TikTok, yeah.
I told you I'm just like clock when I
That's what I'm talking about. That's hip hop.
I bid you all shalom. Now we about to get into round 3. Yes, we about to get into round 3. If you've already seen round 1 and 2, you know in round 1, I put you on blast because y'all don't want to get free. On round 2, I talk to all the young brothers out there, 18 to 21 years old, that have responded in incredible numbers to joining the NFAC ever since I lowered the age, because I'm beginning to realize that y'all, now I'm not going to turn the comments off because I got some questions I'm going to ask y'all. We're going to get into that. Don't worry. I know how to shut them up. I want them to hear this. I'm making this public for a very good reason, but don't worry. I'm going to shut them off in a minute so they'll be quiet. But right now I want to we're going to go ahead and break down some things right now. And I want y'all to keep coming. Yeah, the email response is incredible. What I've done is I've lowered the age to joining the NFAC from 18 to 18 years old. Plus, you have to meet all of our other qualifications. Do not message me right now. Do not try to talk to me right now while I'm on the air. That will make me block you. Speaking of blocking, a couple of administrative notes about this account. If you try to follow this account and you have no profile picture, you will be blocked. We don't give a fuck who you are because that looks suspect to us. If you try to follow us with a page that has no posts, you will be blocked instantly. If you come in with something that sounds suspect to us or your page looks like something that we don't rock with, you will be blocked. I know y'all not gonna like what I'm about to say next. And if you are white and you try to follow this page and you say something crazy, you will be blocked. Now that I've given you all of that, so if you're wondering why your mama, why your aunt that you told how to get on Instagram is getting blocked every time she tries to follow the NFAC or the official Grandmaster J, is because I know that what I say is so painful, what I say is so caustic, what I say will hurt your feelings so badly that some people can't control themselves. So what do I have to do? I have to put down some rules and we have to clean house. Now, I am going to let y'all continue to sit here and talk because I need all of my NFAC members. You know what time it's about to be. We ain't done this in a while, family. I know y'all been waiting on it. Now we're going to find out where NFAC really is and where they not, because it's going to be a whole lot of people that's going to perpetrate the fraud without realizing 444. People, let me stop why I talk about 444. 444 means your guardian angels are watching you. 444 means that the Kodesh Madakim are saying you are on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing, but we got your back. 444, I call it out so I acknowledge my guardian angels, my messengers, my assigned watchers. You see, you're going to see that throughout the course of your day. That doesn't mean that it's a coincidence. It's not something that you go play at the numbers. By the way, I want somebody to help me out. I was trying to find, don't people who, I don't know, so I need y'all to help me out. Actors and actresses who are in Hollywood, don't they belong to something called the Screen Actors Guild? Don't they have a thing called a IDM, y'all help me out because I don't get it. IBMD, IDM, whatever it is where you can look up the actors and shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I like to know what movies I've played in. Somebody said I was an actor. I like to know how come I can't find myself in SAG nowhere. Why am I not listed in that? What kind of actor am I that I'm so good that I ain't in no fucking movies? I mean, can somebody tell? I wish that I had acted in a few movies and helped spread some of the lies, because Hollywood is the biggest advertising firm for the gun industry of all times. Every time you watch Hollywood, they blowing somebody's ass away and they showing you some big bad gun that you sit back and say, I got to have that. That's what Hollywood is. Can somebody please show? Now I know people say I look like Samuel Jackson, but I'm not Samuel Jackson. Somebody one time said that I rest in peace John Singleton, but I'm not him either. And then lately somebody said I look like, what's the dude, Morpheus from the Matrix. I'm none of those people. I am who I've been all my life. The problem is you just saw me for the first time. The problem also is you can't believe what's sitting in front of your very eyes. So we're going to spend this last part because now we're about to get into some other housekeeping things. So I'm going to let you know right now. A lot of people are watching a video that is going around. I've seen it. It's always a video going around. And in this video, I'm going into the funeral of the late, great Nzinga. Okay, Rasim Nzinga, if y'all don't know what happened, Rasim Nzinga passed away. He was Black Panther Party for self-defense. He passed away, so all the dignitaries had to come. There's a video floating around where some brothers tried to interview me on the spot, just came up out of nowhere. Yo, what do you think about such and such? And it was a very good moment. You know, it was impromptu. Didn't know I was going to get interviewed. You know, matter of fact, I was so caught off guard that instead of saying RBG, I said RGB or something crazy like that. But that's what you do when you're trying to speak effectively. But another brother tried to stick a microphone. Did y'all see this? He tried to stick a microphone in my face and ask me about some petty bullshit about how do I feel about criticism from people who look like me. Did y'all see how I looked at him like, man, I ain't got time for that bullshit. Miss me with that. I got more important shit to worry about, like the liberation of my people. I don't give a fuck about nobody, what they got to say. Are you serious? Is that really what you are? And y'all should see the video. It is hilarious. And then after I went inside with my 4 security people, they tried to question the NFAC soldiers that we had posted. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. Let me help you out, America. Anytime I'm somewhere, there's always at least 25 armed people with me. They're not there for show. They're there in case one of y'all decide you want to try to repeat history. Okay? I'm not going to be an easy kill if I get killed at all. Those people were outside because I was inside. They tried to go up to them and talk to them. Y'all seen the video? This shit is comical. No, remember, we're not supposed to be professional. How disciplined were those soldiers when they told them they wouldn't talk to them? How disciplined were those soldiers when they wouldn't even acknowledge them when they looked around because they were on post? We had the whole strip mall surrounded with people out there, brothers and sisters out there with the heavy hardware because the general was inside paying his respects to another fallen general. That's what was going on. America, y'all not ready for that. And I can tell black people wasn't ready for it, and it damn sure shook up all other races involved. However, to look at the video, that shows you the mentality of some people that look just like you. You can't give a pass to everybody who look like you no more. It's not that we don't trust each other anymore. I've come to that. It's not that we don't trust you. We're dangerous to each other. That's toxic, people. We all get emotional and want to run outside and say we gonna do something. Yell, we gonna do something, but do nothing. The things you choose to do are ineffective against what they're doing to you. You want to talk to them. They want to see your blood on the streets. You want to criticize and wave signs and throw things at them. They blowing your back out with no remorse. You want to disrupt how they go about their day. They coming in your house and killing you and telling you that it is what it is. You want to respond, but you don't want to think. You see, there's an order to this. Let the OG teach you, youngins. There's an order to this. You think first. You execute second. Do you not realize that an action is 90% planning and 10% execution? You know why? Because once you know what the hell you're going to do, you just do it. But from small minds come small ideas. And I listen to a lot of y'all who can manage your way out of a paper bag. You think people just make shit up as they go along. You can't even conceive that they already sat and talked about this, that this was already agreed upon so that things can go smoothly and nobody gets hurt unnecessarily. Y'all don't even understand that. When I was in the military, I'm going to tell you something. I used to watch them do something called sand tables. And anyone who's served in any forward deployed combat unit knows what I'm talking about. This is for all the naysayers out there who insult me by trying to say, well, he wasn't in the military. Bring your ass out there and get 2-3 MOSs. Let your ass go to some of these combat ALO 1 combat duty stations where we sleep in the fucking dirt. Let me see you survive 4 winters in Alaska at 79 degrees below zero north of the range. Let me see you survive in Death Valley for 90 days and don't come in out in the NTC from the desert shades to the battle box and back. Don't talk to me about what you haven't had the fortitude to do. You insult me. I didn't wear that raggedy ass uniform to come home for this. But then again, don't y'all forget I'm the bruh that sat behind the door. So now that we done laid all that out, got everybody upset now. Again, this is not for perfect people. Y'all can leave. Matter of fact, let me give you a warning. You're going to need a third eye to see and understand this page. This is for gods and goddesses only. So please proceed with caution as I hang out with you on this. I need to talk to the NFAC. I need to talk to the NFAC. So NFAC at this time, I can't believe I'm going to do this again. Y'all ready? Y'all sure y'all ready for this? This is what y'all remember the last time we did this was when I did mask on, mask off. Y'all remember mask on? My real people remember mask on, mask off. Mask on, mask off was when I stripped away the mask so we could see who was acting like they was NFAC. Won't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight, but was running around waving the flag all day. Oh, I'm NFAC. Y'all remember that shit? It got so bad, I had to ban this shit. I had to ban it. It's not even there anymore. If you see somebody besides the official NFAC logo on this website, which is the official, let me tell y'all something. There is no Grandmaster J page on Instagram right now. If you're following something that says Grandmaster J, you're an idiot because you're following a fake account. And it kills me how many of y'all so gullible. So gullible. So let me tell you something. You're gullible. You're paranoid, scared of your own shadow. I'm sorry, this shit is funny to me. Y'all killing me this morning. Look, I can't get over it. I can't get how pathetic we've become. The mightiest race on earth. And this is what we've become. And the rest of the world is watching because if we come out and we got our game face on and we focused and we serious and we ain't let nothing back us down, then the world is like, oh shit. But then when we start all this little infighting and stuff and people talking about, well, you know, I'm going to tell you something. It's really blowing my mind. And I really salute my young brothers this morning. If you got another young brother who needs to hear Awake Part 2, make sure they hear it. Join us in the NFAC and put some purpose behind this. Everybody who's a fan of Facts Over Feelings knows how many times have I laid out the blueprint for us to finance our own army of 55,000 for just $10 a month. I told y'all everybody in the NFAC will get a paycheck then. Now you have niggas trying to think this is a job. I'm going to join in the NFAC. It don't work like that, cousin. This is not come one, come all. Yes, some people are being rejected. Some people are being disqualified. I'm sorry. We have situations bubbling on the horizon where they trying to make something happen. And I don't want nobody to be out there that can't move, shoot, communicate, and move on out. There are supporting roles. Don't count yourself out. But I got a lot of people now saying, look, I can't do this. I can't do that, but I want to be in the formation. Okay. They start shooting. Then what? Real talk. Then what? I honestly am getting to the point that I believe a lot of y'all don't realize that what these white people are doing is they're creating a situation where it's not a matter of if, it's becoming a matter of when. And if you're not prepared for that shit all over America, they're going to think it's open season on black people. And you who think that your best friend from your job, who think that the little clique that you're running in and all of you're going to think. What you're going to think is that you're immune to it. Hatred knows no boundaries, especially racial hatred. So I don't know when it's going to happen. I hope it don't happen. Not before we get up out of here, but they trying to push the issue. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? So I'm going to spend part 3 talking about NFAC, since this is the official NFAC page, and about what's coming up in Lafayette, Louisiana. If you don't know the story by now, there have been several questionable shootings and some outright murders in Lafayette of black people at the hands of the police. People are upset, going all the way back to Alton Sterling. People are upset. And apparently they feel like the powers to be aren't listening. So they want to have a day to make their point. And they have desired, I'm going to say desired, not requested. No one requests us. They have desired for the NFAC to come down and let these good old boys know that it's 2020 And you might think that it's still 1965, but there's a new group that doesn't play that shit. So on behalf of the good people of Lafayette and all surrounding areas of Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Shreveport, big shout out to Sleepers for the Rich. That's my boy. Fly what other people tell you. Niggas out here lying. We feel that we all need to come together in Lafayette. So, you know, that's what was going on. But then add insult to injury. A radio broadcaster out of Houston that I don't know, never met the guy, took it upon himself to start talking trash to the people in Louisiana about the, you know, as if he was the NFAC. Pissed off the good people's, pissed off the white people's too. And that's when the congressman, without doing any research, decided that he was going to issue a threat. And that threat was against us. And that threat was against, even had my picture and had some other members of the NFAC. Sitting U.S. congressmen threatening to kill U.S. citizens for exercising their constitutional rights. I couldn't believe it. It was like, where did this come from? Because I didn't know anything about this. It blindsided me. It blindsided members of my team. Blindsided the hell out of us. We're like, whoa, I'm over here all eyes on Bree. Why is you focusing on me? What the hell? Why are you threatening me? What the fuck did I do? Anyway, story rolls on that the congressman didn't think that he needed to apologize. The congressman didn't come back and say that maybe I misspoke and things happen. People make mistakes, and I understand my duties as a congressman, and I uphold the Constitution, and I support everything that you guys are doing, especially since I support militias myself. You know, he could have came out and said something like that. He could have came out and said, well, how ironic is this? I put a man in jail for 60 months in federal prison with 2 years of probation because he threatened me, a black man. And now I'm the one doing the threatening. I really should like walk that back. I thought maybe that would happen. That didn't happen. So since none of that happened, I got in touch with the good folks down in Lafayette, talked to Miss Broussard of the NAACP. Talked to the ACLU, talked to one of my former running mates from the presidential campaign, Verone Thomas, whose mother is actually part of the Democratic National Committee there. And I said, I understand you have a problem with your congressman. And of course, they said, yes, we do. And we've had one for a while. And I thought, well, I think it's the time that I came down to see the good congressman so that maybe he could fix the situation before it goes any further. And the word I got back from the congressman was that he had made a mistake. He thought I was somebody else. He thought I was the radio guy. He found out that I wasn't. Somebody sat him down and said, you need to watch a couple videos. And after that, he was like, oh, no. I rock with this dude. I'm cool with this dude. Matter of fact, I'll go out and tell everybody I was wrong about this dude. That's what he said. I'm trying to tell y'all what done happened. And so he said, I'll even like to have a personal conversation with him. I'm like, oh, I only had one word to respond to that, people. I said public. He said, what? Public. He disgraced us publicly. He threatened us publicly. So then he has to apologize to me publicly. And he can do that in person when I and the NFAC pull up. Now, whether or not he does that, it's going to speak a lot about his integrity as a human being and as a politician. But instead, what I got was the people want y'all to come on down. So we are going down to Lafayette, Louisiana, October the 3rd. It's going to be a Saturday. If you are coming to this particular formation, let me give you some information. And why am I telling you this here on Instagram? Because this is public information. None of this is classified. First of all, you have to be a member. If you are not a member, you have to submit your contact information by email to info@blacknfac.com. Once we receive your information and we screen you, if you don't get a response, that's a good thing. So stop writing us saying, I didn't get a response. There is no response if you check out. If you don't get anything back, your orders are very clear. You must now make your way to the next formation. That is part 2 of the process. I didn't think I would have to explain this again, but I see I must, because people like to do their own thing and they have other plans. You have to come to the formation. You have to bring your ID, because that's how we're going to match you to who the hell sent the email. See, we got that part of you already. That's where you fill out some paperwork. Yes, that's where you do it, at the formation. Now you have to go stand in the formation, and whatever happens, happens. If don't none happen, then you made it. But if some shit pop off, now your chance to show us what the fuck you know. This is your baptism into the NFAC before we go to any trainings, before we tell you where any chapters are, let me tell y'all something. Y'all think that sound crazy? Okay. A few people in the U.S. Army help me out. There is a school that you can go to up in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, which is air assault. You go to air assault school. When you go to air assault school, before you can unpack your bags, before the person who drove you up there can leave you, they tell them, hang around. Everybody will not be going to the course. You're like, but I brought them all the way up here. And he said, no. Before you can get onto the course, they got 3 things you have to do. And those 3 things are going to weed out the people that cannot even complete the course. Okay? You're not even going to get into the course. The first thing they're going to do is find out if you're scared of heights. And the way they do it, trust me, if you're scared, there's no way you can overcome your fear because of what they ask you to do. A person who genuinely has a fear of heights, oh, hell no, I'm not leaning off of nothing, grabbing nothing, jumping out into the darkness, holding on to shit. That's the response you can hear. And this conversation is going on top of a tower 100 feet up in the air. And you can hear them up there. I said, jump. I'm not jumping off of here. Trust me, brothers on the ground is going, so I got to climb all the way up there just so I can jump off on a rope. Oh, hell no. Some people can't do it. And they weed them out. So our process is kind of the same, if you want to know. You send your information in by email. Then you come. Somebody said, that's me. You come to the formation, we capture your information, check out your weapon and the whole 9 yards, check you out, find out who the fuck you are. And then you get to get into the formation. Now, if some shit happens in the formation, you get to show us what you know. Okay, if you showing up rock solid ex-military like you claim, and you know you bust your guns and you remember all of your tactical points and you done manifested before you came out there and you done your weapons check, you got all that shit going on, you know what you doing, then you would be one of the motherfuckers sitting around when it's over talking about, man, when they first started shooting, I know, bro, I'm so glad I stopped dropping road and y'all niggas, bro, you know how we split apart when we had the fire vector set up? Yo, bro, like, you gonna be one of them cats. But if that's not who you really are, and you come out there and some shit happen, and you think that you've been watching TV, you've been playing Call of Duty, you think it's something like that. Brothers and sisters gonna protect you, yes, but you got to know something. So that's what you come to the formation. If you make it through the formation, then you get sworn in. Everybody who's taking the oath, let me help some unintelligent people out. If you've ever seen pictures of the NFAC when we're actually in formation, you notice they have a band on their arm. Have you ever noticed that? That's a band. That band means they've gone through our identification process. That band means we've already inspected their weapon. That's what the band means. Just like when you get into a club, once you get onto the resort, the band gets you into everything. That way, if somebody says, well, so-and-so did it. No, they didn't, because we have all our people. We have their information and they got one of our bands. That's one of our people, because those bands don't come off until we leave for the day. You got to have it on even when you're in formation. See how organized we are? See why we scare these white people? See how they don't think we pay attention to detail, but we do? I'm talking NFAC right now. This is NFAC business. If you're not a member, then why aren't you joining? What are you, a coward? I'm going to call you out right now. Everybody anybody who got something to say from this point on, like I've been saying for the last 3 days, either join up or shut up. It's to the point now, instead of you always looking for another man to come save a grown ass man, you should be able to get up and call and say, let me call my local chapter that I'm a member in and say, what the hell are we doing? That's what you should be doing instead of sitting around making smart remarks on my page talking about where y'all at. Nigga, where you at? What you doing? Besides sitting behind the keyboard being scared, hiding up in the house. We ain't got time for that no more. Either you joining the NFAC or you not. How you think we gonna get to 1 million guns? I asked for the 18 to 21 year olds come. I got 14,000 in 3 days. What y'all thinking? Them youngins ain't playing. What y'all doing? This NFAC business. Somebody said I just got strapped. We getting tired of the same routine. Y'all know the routine. Black person is killed by the police. Social media outrage. Press conference by the police department with excuses. The mayor takes side of the police. The community has protests, rallies, and uprisings. The media degrades the victim. The Department of Justice investigates. The case goes to a grand jury. There's no indictment. The family or the victims ask for prayers and peace. There's more protest. And then the family gets a settlement. Next murder. That's the routine. Over and over and over again. So if you really sick of it like you claim, if the Breonna Taylor situation made you see just how they treat us, if you really, then join us. And then join us in Lafayette. Join us and stop talking once and for all. It's people in your house looking at you. You know, I always running around talking about it. Why don't you go down there and do something? You hear them say that all the time. Now, don't come in here talking to us about that. If you ain't gonna go out there and do nothing, straight up. That's why when people ask us stuff now, I always answer, are you joining us? Because if you're not joining us, you need to fall back and shut up. Real talk. Real talk. Now, if you're going to join us, that's a different story. You can talk all day, short. Okay? Somebody say, why do I? Okay, this is why I drink this. Somebody, okay, I saw it. Okay. The body is electric. If the body is electric, then you should feed it alkaline. Electric nutrition. Alkaline is energy. Viruses, germs, bacteria, which are the manifestation of disease, cannot live in an alkaline environment. Y'all got that? If you maintain a proper pH balance within your body while providing energy, health, and wellness, then it becomes essential. You increase your energy, you enhance your nutrient absorption, and you ease digestion. You can reclaim your health and recapture your sense of good health for life simply by drinking high alkaline water. I told somebody I was almost 60. They fell out their damn chair. They said, what is your secret? Can you put it in a bottle and sell it to me? I said, I cannot. It's called melanin, activated by alkaline water. Now, NFAC, I know a lot of y'all are making preparations, but I ask y'all to do things smartly. I ask y'all to make sure that you know everybody that's in your clique, because when you arrive, we're going to sort people out, letting y'all know up front. Please, if you haven't talked to us, don't just come down there and show up, because if you do, you're going to find out we're not that easy to get to this time. There's a lot of tension going on down in Lafayette about the black militia coming there. It's amazing to me that white folks think it's over. White folks think it's over. They down there, oh my God, they coming down here. They're going to pay us back for all this shit we did. They're going to take the land. They go, oh, they losing their mind. They got to round up their boys. When this is supposed to be a day of solidarity for all of the victims of those folks who've been killed by the police and they haven't seen justice. This is supposed to be a day of solidarity between all the factions that feel that way. This is supposed to be a day that the black folks can feel good about themselves in Lafayette and surrounding areas. This is a day for all the black folks in Louisiana to stand up. Now, we're not talking about scary Negroes, and we're not talking about Oreos, and we're not talking about all of y'all who hate yourself. Instead, I'm talking about all of my ADOS. I'm talking about all of my Creoles. I'm talking about, you know, my peoples. Stand up. That's what's happening on that day. And nothing's going to change that. This is true. I want to talk to y'all about that. Now let's talk about weapons again, because the question keeps coming up. We've standardized our weapons. We had to upgrade. You are required to have an AR-15. AK-47s are going to be permitted. If you have a shotgun, if it's not tactical or competition, don't bring it. Notice what I said, tactical or competition. If it's not one of those, don't bring it. Handguns, side holsters, not on your hip, on your leg, where it's visible, or under your arm, where it's visible. Everybody must have body armor. Everybody must, let me say it one more time for the people in the back. Everybody must have body armor. Okay? I'm not going to put a limitation on how many weapons you can carry. You can carry as much as you can carry. Okay? I'm bringing 5. What y'all bringing? Okay? So the door is open, but you have to be a member. And I'm really targeting my 18 to 21 years old because y'all know I was coming for you. You know I was coming for you. You see, everybody else wants to use and abuse you. Everybody else wants to just have you to use you as you're expendable. Everybody else doesn't want to let you walk in the authority that you should have, not what they give you. Everybody else doesn't want to treat you as an equal because you're the one that's being dropped. You're the ones that are being attacked. You're the ones that are being incarcerated for long periods of time so you can't be effective in your community. You're the ones. That's why you need to be over here with us. Why do you think I dropped the age? I'm watching. You young soldiers on deck, it's time. Submit your name to info@blacknfac.com. Get suited and booted. Black boots, black pants, black button-down shirt, black mask, semi-automatic weapon. What else can I address about the NFAC? I'm reading some of these comments. What else can I address about the NFAC? If you have a question, go ahead and type your question. Wow, I didn't know. Okay. Must have long. Okay, I'm reading. I hope. Black power. Let's go. I saw something. Wait, let me go back to that. What about law enforcement? What about law enforcement? What kind of stupid ass question is that? What about law enforcement? Who is this person? I'm gonna have to block them. Prince Pierre. Nigga named Pierre. Prince Pierre. I don't know why all of a sudden this little dude popped in my head with a little beret on and shit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Pierre. Look here, Pierre. What about law enforcement? What do you mean, what about law enforcement? We're exercising our constitutional rights to peacefully assemble and open carry under the laws of the good state of Louisiana. Law enforcement has nothing, we have nothing to do with law enforcement. We don't give a fuck about law enforcement. Law enforcement is not why we're there. I'm going to say this one more time. This is not Game of Thrones. This is not a fucking video game. This is people doing something that a lot of you all appear to be afraid to do. Exercise our constitutional rights and stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters. Y'all got y'all mind focused on the wrong damn thing. And that's why a lot of you all will be treated as an enemy. Yes, law enforcement will be there because it's their city. Yes, law enforcement is going to be there. Department of Homeland Security going to be there. The U.S. Marshals will be there. So if any of y'all got any outstanding warrants and shit like that, or, and let me say this publicly, or if your information has been given to them, they're going to be looking for your ass. So unless This shit is comical to me because I can't believe how stupid some of my people are. It really, maybe, okay, let me back up. Maybe I'm just too goddamn smart because most people, I can't believe they make some of the dumb moves that they make. And then when they grab their ass and lock them the fuck up, everybody they're gonna be standing like, I can't believe that I can't believe you was dumb enough to walk into it. So that's your answer on law enforcement. Of course they're gonna be there. You got the black militia coming to the deep south where they, from what I've told, where they racist as hell. You damn right police gonna be there. They gonna be looking to lock anybody up. But I'm gonna tell you this, we ain't been locked up yet. That's how that goes. Our track record speaks for itself. We're not worried about law enforcement. Are you? Let me see what else y'all got. When are you coming to New York? Is that what you coming to New York? I'm Dan. Are you asking me when I'm coming to New York? New York, you can't open carry in New York. So what am I coming to New York for? I mean, what do you want me to come have a talk with everyone? That's different. But when are we going to do a formation in New York? New York was one of the first places we wanted to go, but they shut that shit down in a hurry. Okay. As a matter of fact, we were actually going to assemble on the other side of the George Washington Bridge and come across from Jersey into New York, right into Manhattan, right there right into Harlem. You know what I'm saying? We were gonna come straight in. That's what we were gonna do. They shut that shit down with the quickness because they were quick to let us know, no, you cannot do that in New York. So we're like, okay. What about California? Can't do it in California. Okay. What about Philly? Can't do that in Philly. Okay. All right. What about Chi-Town? Can't do it in Chi-Town. What? Okay. So what you basically telling me is every city that has a huge black population, y'all done pass laws where people can't open carry their weapons, but the police got weapons. That's what you telling me? Okay. All right. Well, that's not the case in Louisiana. That's not the case in Lafayette. So we will be exercising our constitutional rights. Don't see a problem with that. Just remember, I keep telling y'all, it ain't 1968. This is 2020. And y'all know my famous saying, never go to war with someone who gives 2 fucks less than you. Any other questions with regards to the NFAC while I'm sitting here entertaining? Let me go all the way to the bottom. Let me go to the bottom. Says we need to move them as soon as I retire. Oh, they slick. That's what. Facts. Urban cities. Right. No new weapons that you have not fired. Hold on a second. Somebody said, let me get back to that. No new weapons that you have not fired. Know how to operate your weapon. I'm glad you said that. But see, now I can tell who's in a chapter and who's not. Because all chapter commanders already know that not only must you be able to demonstrate that you fired the weapon to them, so they can provide that proof to us. Yes, no one's going to show up with something that they haven't fired before because you ain't going to be in the formation. You ain't even get to the formation. We get better with time, y'all. Every formation is better than the last one. How many people remember what happened in Louisville at the Derby? How many safety checks did you have to go through with your weapon before you even got to the formation? How many people realized that you couldn't have your weapon loaded anymore? How many people saw us strip masks off of people to find out exactly who they are, where they came from? How many people realize that we know that there's people out there that wanted to infiltrate and they never made it to us because they were apprehended? How many people know that we get better with this all the time? You are not under any circumstances about to see the most significant move in the Black Power movement in the last 60 years end up being labeled a hate group or a terrorist group. We have not been labeled as a hate group. We have not been labeled as a terrorist group because we take the time to read the law. Do you read the law or do you think you just know the law until they lock your ass up and you be sitting there talking about, I thought they couldn't do that. Obviously they can. So we study what they can do before we do anything. And all you do is illustrate to us your ignorance of the law every time you open your mouth talking out the side of your neck about some shit that you don't know about. Now, once again, this is NFAC. I'm answering questions about the NFAC with regards to October the 3rd. Now, I do know there are a lot of people coming from other agencies. I'm not going to go into detail who they are, but they know who they are. Some of them are on this live also. But I will say this to you. Anyone who is not connected with the NFAC, you will not be, when you see how they got this shit set up, you won't even be allowed into the perimeter. I'm going to let you know right now. There's something that we're going to do that I've been pretty much asked to do, that I've never done before in a formation. That information will come out here shortly. But for everybody else, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a lot of folks there. It's going to be I think it's going to be 3 congressmen there. The president of the NAACP is going to be, they're doing a whole shebang. They're doing a whole shebang. Okay. They're doing a whole, this is not us going down to raise hell, because what we was going to raise hell about fixed itself. The cop that beat Ronald Green to death and then said that he died in a car accident. The family released photographs of this man's body in the morgue. You could look at him and you could tell ain't no accident do that. And then you looked at the pictures of the car and you'd be like, that car wasn't in no kind of accident to cause all that damage. Somebody lying. Well, he said he died by hitting a tree. Isn't it ironic that state trooper died this week by hitting a tree? So we ain't got to sit there and say we want justice. We ain't got to sit there and say, where's the transparency? We ain't got to sit there and say, where's the trial? Because it looks like karma was judge, jury, and executioner of this state trooper. So now, instead of us going down there talking about, what it is and where's the justice, we're going to stand in solidarity with all of the families, Alton, Sterling, Pellerin, everyone, because things still need to change in Louisiana. Anybody who's not on board with that, then we have to wonder, why are you there? You see, black people, when we stand together as a show of force, they get the message. They always want to think the worst of you. They always want to think that you're just a bunch of uncivilized savages. And they're just prodding you and they're poking you to prove them right. And so far, y'all haven't responded, which is beautiful. But now they turning up the heat. So we turned up the heat. Now all of a sudden, it done got hot in here, hasn't it? Yes, it has. What else can I talk about? Because people have been sending me a bunch of letters about this NFAC business. So I've told you the joining process. If you wish to join, again, you have to tell us your reason for wanting to join too, because that tells us a lot about you. I'm going to say this publicly because people always want it. I don't want nobody getting their feelings. If you are a member of the Black Lives Matter organization, don't even look our way. If you still running around flying BLM flags and all that bullshit, don't look our way. We don't rock with that shit. I'm going to keep saying it. All right. Black Lives Matter ain't picked up a fucking gun since they've been in existence. Now, all of a sudden you want to align yourselves with a militia, man, miss me with that bullshit. I don't rock with any organization that hates and has a problem against straight, heterosexual black men. Period. When y'all fix that shit, give us a call. Now, anybody who got a problem with that, you can go on down there and be with them. Last but not least, because I think I've said everything that was on the schedule they wanted me to talk about. As far as those people who are opposed to our liberation. Oh, can I get it? We're going to do that in part 4. All right. When I come back in part 4, I'm going to show you all the liberation documents that we now have approved through the World Court. We're going to talk about that for a minute because we need to start talking about seriously some of us getting out of here while we still can. I'll be back later on this afternoon to talk about the liberation agreement and what it means to you and how we have to have the Million Guns Assembly in order to demonstrate that the population is capable of arming itself and defending itself. And then we can go ahead and grab country status. And we can even have conversations about what the flag is going to look like and what our symbols are going to look like. And, and all of that. And what our citizenship looks like. Who gets a citizenship card and who doesn't. Those are the pathways to reparations. Those are the steps we need to take. And that's what I'll come back and talk about in part 4 of Time's Up. What are you going to do? Summer is over. We in the fall now. Y'all sure you want to be here in the winter time? Got them vaccines for you. Let me look at my agenda here. Somebody asked a question. What question did they ask? They said, hold on. I'm not going to answer that there, my friend. Hold on. Thank you. What is the question? Do not try to get through TSA with a gun in your bag. Please cannot. Thank you. Very good point. Thank you. Let me talk about that for a second. A lot of folks don't know this. Don't take a gun. Don't try to get through TSA with a weapon. That shows that you don't know how to fly. Under the law, you can transport your weapons in checked baggage in a locked case. You can have as many weapons in there as you can get. There's no limit on how many you can have in the case. You can put 5 weapons in one case, lock the case, and check it. Don't worry, it'll arrive on the other end. That's how you move your weapons, people. Those of you all who are driving probably don't know this either, but when you have a weapon in your vehicle in a locked case in the trunk with the ammo in the glove compartment, which is proper carrier configuration, as long as you're on a federal highway, you are protected under interstate transportation law. I had a cop try to pull me over once. First, they tried to say I was speeding. I was not. Then he claimed he smelled weed. I wasn't smoking. Then when he found the weapon in the trunk of the car, he tried to arrest me for that, only for him to throw the case out because they said he was on a fucking federal interstate, you idiot. You don't have jurisdiction. You can't charge him under state law when he was under federal law. That's why it's the federal interstate. If that was the case, a plane couldn't fly over a state because you're still transporting a weapon. Y'all got to learn the law. Only when you leave the highway are you under state jurisdiction. So if you go on the interstate and you on some long ass drive to Louisiana and you decide to get off to go to one of them little hit gas stations and you get smart or do some crazy shit and they call the local police, you're under local law. So if they catch that weapon in your trunk and you ain't got permission to have that motherfucker or they don't have a reciprocal agreement, you going to jail. That's why you got to be smart when you travel. You pull over, get your gas, and get the fuck on. You don't be sitting, okay, don't worry about it. Don't be wearing your NFAC shirt and all the little exit stops because you're going to walk up in the wrong place. Some redneck going to say something to you. Now you want to get all indignant with them in Ha-Ha County. And when the Ha-Ha sheriff show up, your Ha-Ha ass going to Ha-Ha jail for weapons possession. So you don't do that. You go in, you get what you're going to get, and you keep it moving. Y'all gonna learn today. Let me see what else they got on here. Hold on a second. Let me see. Are you old or aged? I can't read that. Did he say are you old or aged? That's a good question. I'm neither. I'm just still here. You understand what that means? Destroy the concept of time. Once you hear, you hear. And when you're gone, you're gone. I'm still here. Class is still in session. Let me keep going. Let me got another one here. Another question. Know your constitutional rights. Pay attention to the rules and regulations. Okay, I'm glad you said that. All right. So most of the time when people say, you see them getting arrested, people getting arrested, they say you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of law, blah, 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 blah. They do all of that shit, right? Then they ask you, do you understand these rights? And most people will say, violating my rights. Well, you need to understand 2 separate sets of rights, okay? What they're doing is Mirandizing you. They're doing what's required because of a Supreme Court decision, because somebody got their ass thrown in jail, nobody told them any of this, and then they had a lawsuit and they won. You have to tell them these things. But those aren't your rights. Your rights are the first 5 of the Constitution. Shall we go through them? The first one is you have the right to say what the fuck you want, okay? Can't nobody tell you what you can't say. I can sit here and say anything I want. They can censor me all they want. Really, they violate my constitutional rights by censoring my freedom of speech. So you can say what you want. You can't say that out here. Why not? My second right is the right to bear arms. I can have a weapon if I want to. I don't need a reason why you have a gun. Why not? It's my right. That's why. Skip over 3 is not applicable. 4. No, you can't search my shit. No, you can't search me. No, you can't. No, you don't need to know nothing. Where are you coming from? Why do you need to know? I don't answer questions. Well, you mind if I look in your car? Yes, I do mind. Am I being suspected of a crime? Besides being black? Well, am I free to, am I being detained? Well, no. Why then? Kick rocks, I'm out. 5th, I ain't got to say shit. So you're not going to answer any questions? Sir, I mean, if you would cooperate, things would go a lot easier. So you ain't got nothing to say. You're making it hard on yourself. Didn't you tell me I had a right to remain silent? Yes, I did. Those are your rights. That other shit, that's you being processed. All right. What else y'all got? How are we partnered with any black-owned gun, weapon, or body armor businesses? You says, have we? Who is we? Who is we? Somebody sitting here talking about have we. Who is we? Because there's no we over here. If you're a member of this militia, you already know that. There ain't no we. Are there black gun manufacturers? Yes. Are there black gun sales? Yes. Are there black body armor suppliers? Yes. Are you doing business with them? You tell me. Let me get another one. Facts, he doesn't play. Leather puppets, you won't see them. Black shirt, black boots, black pants, all black apparel. Come correct people. Can we change the laws so y'all can open carry? Keep going. I'm out. We got some comedians in here this morning, boy. They just locked up. See, this is what I'm talking about. You go do your research before you say something. Somebody just typed on here. They just locked up 4 cops. 4 cops for lying about being shot, and they shot themselves. That's not what happened. It was 1 cop. And he lied about being shot, and he shot himself. Boy, the internet is undefeated, bro. Y'all be killing me. Somebody said that black karma. Yes, yes. Can't wait to see the live reports from those who were there. Not the right, exactly. They never gonna see that. Karma is moving swiftly. Yes, it is, my love. Let me see who else we got here. Who love our black man? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I just became a dual citizen with Nigeria. Congratulations. That's great. Come on. I'm only doing questions. I don't want anybody to get into trouble. Okay. I'm pretty sure we don't want to get, I'm glad. That's what it is. Everybody here. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of statements. No more questions. We good? All right. So this whole week you get your weapon, go to the range, save your little range card if you got it. Find you some plates for your body armor. Those of y'all who ain't got none. And just remember, I'm going to say it one more time. It's a day of solidarity. That's it. You already going to have people out there who don't want you there this time. This ain't going to be like the last time. That's why I'm trying to make sure that if you really can't do it, don't be out at this one, but we need each and everybody to be in the joint. Come out and support your people. Come out there and be a part of history. Come out and let everybody see that we're not these idiots that we are. You see, they think we're going to engage in guerrilla warfare. Do you know what guerrilla warfare really is? Guerrilla warfare is a military tactic of ambushing, sabotaging, and hit and run tactics. You don't see people who are doing this type of stuff. And we don't intend on doing that either. I'm going to wrap up here. This is all we have for right now. I will see y'all around 2 o'clock for the final part where we deal with liberation. Is facts over feelings? No. Is it the morning mental? No. This is your wake-up call. Shalom.